And just as I talk about that, we have an eye. We in, lads. Citadel Gate is the first one. Let's give Freeze a final look at how things are before we banish him.
Because of who Hidden Pool are, I assume we will see a lot of back attempts. This time it's not the mid fights. This time it's watch out, where the hell is Mina B? Have fun.
Thank you kindly. Alright, I've got them on the wrong side. It's literally like a 50-50 coin flip every time I boot a map in Spectator. It's been like that for years. But we're here now. We have picks. A lot of fast characters. Only arguably one slow one with Magi, and even then Magi isn't that slow. That Cap City, potentially. No Shaolin teleports. The last time we saw this, we did see the Shaolin being piloted by Clutchmeister having the tier 4, but this, in theory, should be more honest Citadel Gate, Norgoz, if you could even have that.
Well, we're going to see something here, Verb, and the question is whether or not Mina is going to be Mina B carrying this team to victory, as chat so bluntly put it. We'll see where this ends up going. We've got a 3-1 split here, and as we said before, Citadel Gate is one of those maps that you typically will pick because it's somewhat fair for both sides in terms of, like, there's a big mid lane, but there's a wide bit of rotations from A and C. So if you're not as confident in your team fights, then this gives you an opportunity to have a bit of an advantage or more of a chance than if you didn't.
Wayan, please stop giving Norgoz ammunition. He already has enough. He's going to get fat on puns. Fikuk on the side, looking to get fat on Renown by getting a kill or two. Beware the wrath of a Valkyrie who gets Bounty Hunter online too quickly. That's Bounty Hunter online way too quickly!
Vayne, I think, tried to turn and go away, but unfortunately was not able to get a PO because, like, Egg was still out of stam, and he's going to get dropped for it. Now, we're going to see Egg down there. The question is, are we going to see a ledge? No, they're directly underneath it. Baron's kind of looking for it. He's going to go down the ladder and try and snuff Egg out so Fika can go up and heal. Fika's going to drop. Baron's going to say, you know what? I'm just going to go back up here and hang out. You've got nothing you can do. I'll let you go.
Go farm some minions or farm a kill or two. Just beware the minions at this low HP can actually kill you if you disrespect them. So, yep, couple zones, work with Blitz, clear them out. However, Baron is now in the enemy home point. This is auto hotkey side of the map. So now Baron is on stall duty for as long as he can, which is not very long.
No, they definitely did own it, but we're going to see it go back in the way of AHK. I believe that's why Baron, I didn't quite see it yet, but I think Baron did. He anticipated they're going to rotate over to C point, so good call on letting that low HP player go and going back up the ladder to C point. Mostly he did die for it, but because there was no rotation, but good call nonetheless.
Milan, LSTR. Keep wanting to call him Leicester, but no, he's certainly not British. In the 1v2 now, being assisted by Toet Mind, needs to wait for Fikuk to arrive in the back. Fikuk will, and Fikuk has the Juggy, which is going to be quite good, especially when you pop it right now. However, the enemy could potentially wait it out, but Milan opts to not do that because Toet is pinned in a corner. You need to get stuck in now.
Yeah, Jug definitely does have its advantages. Ideally, you want to do that when you're outnumbered because it gets the full value of it. But having that super armor as well as 50% damage reduction for a full 10 seconds is absolutely massive in a team fight or in an anti-gank scenario. Speaking of ganking, Tote Mine right now in an anti-gank scenario, but you can use that tier 1 out of stamina. Unfortunately, he's gonna get that. Fikuk is not able to peel it in time, so Tote Mine now has a 1v1 scenario. Is going to get light parried. 1 HP. No. 1 hit in a dream, and that parry is going to be enough. I thought I might have had 1 HP, but my mistake.
It can get down to the wire. It truly can in those scenarios. 1 HP, a little bit of a distance difference, 1 strategically placed brazier. All of these things can make the difference, especially when damage reduction feats like Juggy and like various buffs that can be applied from teammates are in play.
They were able to get the GB might have been just a little bit late. He was able to dodge away, so there was some damage reduction on that hit from Berserker. Isn't going to matter. Eventually gets dropped anyway. Speaking of getting dropped, Baron right here in a 1v2 scenario. They do own the point, but what are they going to be able to do with it? Okay, yeah, they're going to leave Blitz here for AHK for the 1v1 with Baron. Baron's got too much revenge to actually gank him, so this is the right call.
I'm glad I did the wide shot there a little bit, because Mina tried to go clear mid and got pincered 2v1 by Auto Hotkey plus German. That's a pretty decisive pick. Not necessarily decisive, but it's a very nice pick to have this early on in the match, because that midpoint is the biggest midpoint in the game aside from Beachhead, I want to say. So that means the most minion value is there. Oh no, I believe Blitz was actually recovering from the attack, so Milan wasn't able to assist for the final hit, and now a lot of Venge has been fed. Luckily though, tags aren't relevant when you die.
That was something right there. I was gonna say, like, this is something to see, this is something to watch, but we're still in recovery. We're not able to recover fast enough just to even block that dodge light. That was unfortunate gaming there from Pico.
Scoreboard. What's going on here? Nova, Leicester, not having the best time. Still has the tier 1 while the rest of the team is dancing around with tier 3s and tier 4s in some cases. Mina B has the tier 2, but is very close to getting the bow, and we all know how nasty an Orochi can be with the 1-2 punch of a kunai into longbow.
Speaking of 1-2 punches, there's the jug. Now, this is what I was talking about a moment ago, Verb. When you're in an anti-gank scenario, you got 2 people in front of you. You're getting a ton of value out of that juggernaut. Otherwise, it could have been a potential gank, even if it was just a really quick gank to take a bunch of damage off your health bar, even though they're giving the rotation. Egg getting the most value out of it. Speaking of the most value, Mina B is going to get the most value out of that external, and Egg is 1 HP in a dream. 1 bad read away from dropping. Oh, unfortunate. That was death by minion, maybe, I believe.
Death by 1,000 cuts in one way or another. Mina was, I think, fired the longbow off there, actually, yeah, and clipped Turret Mind, or clipped Blitz, allowing Fikut to peel off and get the kill. Wide shot for a moment. Let's see where the majority of Auto Hotkey plus German decide to go. Will anyone peel off to mid? Will anyone go to A? And how many reinforcements are going to C? It looks like the answer is a 2-1 split to help Milan out. That is, if they can even get on site, which they have.
Speaking of getting on site, we're in my site with my one good eye. I can definitely see a Doom banner is on the field. That's a ton of damage being added. Then they're definitely fighting into a Viking's going to drop a tier 4. It's going to tag 2 players. They're going to die for it,
the
though.
Bounty
Unfortunate.
Hunter saved his life. Good stuff. That is a big feat potentially to have. Was that too early of a pop, or is Fikuk cashing in, or hoping on at least getting a second use of that, I wonder?
Well, them having less points here, I'm not really. I think that might have been what they were banking on, but it was a little bit risky given that they were not going to have anybody to peel for them.
Malfunction at the junction, perhaps? Misjudged?
Yeah, I think perhaps I may have gone a different. It's hard to say. I'd have to go back and see. Like, I think that they still owned the point at the time, so they were trying to keep it. And they still are holding on to it at this point.
Fortunately, we have a guy for that, so let's look at the present, which right now is going to be some awful horn playing. Let's crush that man's skull. Thank you. What's going on across the map? We have 2 members of Auto Hotkey plus German surging through to the mid lane to try and contest Fikuk, or rather, Fikuk's contesting them. And let's keep an eye on the timer, as the breaking is still enforced, as they are desperately trying to break this midpoint.
Even if they break mid, they're still going to be... Speaking of breaking, like, Blitz does have Fear itself on the line. That's 50% extra damage within the aura, because it reduces defense by 50% of your enemies, so that could be something here.
Ooh, that's not good. Who needs the Fire Flask if you just murder the enemy team with breaking? Oh, this is first game, I think. Yep, that's it. That's first game.
That's first game there for Hidden Pools, and like I said, I believe the Hidden Pool, could have that. There's a bit of some hidden talent. We know Baron, we know Mina B. These 2 players have been playing extremely solid in previous, both major and private tournaments. and this is something I'm not necessarily surprised at. I can definitely say that AHK's got to be on their game here. And maybe there is something to what you guys were saying before about the mental. We'll see.
Mr. Freeze, welcome back.
Especially since Hidden Pool throws curveballs. They know they do.
They do.
It's not some secret that they use different tactics than the other teams, that they have weird rotations. But at the same time, even if you know, it's not that easy to adapt to, like, straight away. But yeah, here,
Extern
not many
dodge is
people
kind
know
of good.
that. Yeah, not many people know that Valkyrie has the same side dodge distance as Raider. But you can see Egg easily escaping here.
One of
just a second,
the last, one of the last vestige. Oh wow, yeah. This is the last vestige of the old school, like, faction-specific abilities of, like, design traits. Basically, all the Vikings back in the day had ridiculous side dodges or movement abilities. Raider was the most famous, of course, with a 500-mile-long side dodge, but some of those vestiges still linger, and we're seeing them put to good use. If I skip forward in the clip, it's right about here-ish. Yeah, just look at that.
Yeah. Dodging 2 attacks in a row here. 3 maybe, even if you count that.
And interrupts Fikuk as well with the target swap. Like, bruh, calm down. Next up, non-stop home point push.
Yeah, this is what I hinted at the beginning here. Hidden Pool always pushes into the enemy point. Even like here, they have no points, but they're still pushing in. They keep pushing the enemy point. It's so hard to adapt because all other teams don't do this. And in this case, they're rewarded for it. In triple cap, at least double cap. So yeah, it is. On one hand, it looks like why is AHK, is that mental affected here? But I think it's just hard to adapt because everybody else just does not do this in that way.
Last but not least, great push plus intercept.
Is it a great push? I'm gonna put it to the table here.
Let's see.
Usually you want to push right now when everybody is low. Not when they're like dead already and respawn in a second, but you want to push when they're low. But they got 3 down. So yeah, you want to push on that home point. And I think it was Yobogut, so Leicester, who now runs out.
Mina ejected.
See? Now he stops Egg from going in, and they should be able to gank Vayne here. In the end, it didn't work out at all. They get pushed back here, but I think tactically this was what they were supposed to do, what everybody would have done, I think. But
I'd agree.
Sadly not rewarded here.
Yeah, being able to essentially have a choke point on the bridge with a man advantage. They weren't able, alas, to actually break through and take the enemy home point for themselves on C, but alas, that is a thing that can sometimes happen. Overall map control went to them, and the second set is Iable. Jolly good. Here we go. Inside. Why have I gone full West Country? I don't know. Overwatch, the map of choice. Second string composition for Hidden Pool. I see a Griffin. I see a Nabushi again.
It is the same as last time, yes.
Same as Sank Bridge.
Yeah.
I think, yes. Alright.
Kindly.
Oh, but Totes, they also changed. AHK also changed composition, look.
Oh yeah, you can elect to do that. If you lose, you can still choose to swap and tow it. Not going for the Shugo, going for Jang Jun. Nice.
Blitz on Pirate, and we're seeing the Warlord come out. So they've got Flask. They don't have Fear itself anymore. They've got Bleed Trap instead.
So this is actually just an entire comp swap for everybody. But the winners are forced to swap. AHK electing to do it. We'll see how that affects things going into essentially set point. Not essentially, it is set point for Hidden Pool. 1-0 up in this first 2 set.
It could be game point here for Hidden Pool, or unless AHK can stop the bleeding here, right now. They've elected to switch up their composition, and I believe that maybe they've determined that they've got they're confident enough in their second comp that if they can win with that second comp, that means that they're at an inherent advantage because they're going to have their main comp available in the third game.
Mina electing to use the hidden stance to avoid some of Toad's externals. Toad going out of stamina, but it's a Jangjun. Who cares? Wide shot as what's going on in the mid at the same time. It's Milan and Baron going for a 1z. And looks like Milan's actually got the upper end of things. Shinobi versus Afira. Neither fights actually determining a victor in the first 30 seconds. I say that, never mind, Baron just dies.
Milan definitely does take that, and I was going to give it to him. Unfortunately, his teammates are getting dropped very quickly. He comes in, they're now at a deficit. Eggy maybe getting ganked here. Takes one with him, gets guard broken for because he's in recovery. Milan doing a great job of healing for Egg. Egg doesn't have a lot of options here. He's got to make the right read on unblockable, is not able to. Mina and Lester. Unfortunately, Mina's going to get dropped here. Big light parry coming out. The double parry from both of them. Still have enough recovery to drop Mina there. But
Milan wisely opting to backdash out and play it safe and wait for reinforcements because he knew that's what Lester was doing. Yobgut didn't want to necessarily go all in on Shinobi, so wait for your Afira to get there. Let's see how rotations are going across the map because teammates are respawning in. Egg has come to see. However, Toet has rotated in to help out on B while the others are respawning.
And I was going to say, just before we got to this, this little fight, there were no points. Now, we're finally seeing a point. It's going in the way of AHK. They've got mid, but no side points have been captured. There's not been enough of a decisive team fight for somebody to rotate out and heal or snag that A point. So we'll see where Tote goes from here.
Crunch. Nice to know you. Still going on the mid. That decisive winner being Fikuk, taking down his opposing long polearm user. Milan, Egg, Mina wisely feinting the top heavy, lest you be hit in the back. Players have easily good enough reactions and game sense to know when to feint your attack without going out of stamina. Mina was playing that real close.
He did definitely playing that real close. Excellent use of the external zone on Mina's Nobu as well in the middle of that team fight, allowing not only just peeling for their teammate, but also being able to get a little bit of room for themselves. Speaking of room, now we're going to see Fikuk have a little bit of room, and we're going to see finally somebody's going to go on over to A point, try and heal up, and Baron's going to probably rotate off and come back either to mid or to help this team fight out.
Yeah, where be Baron? What button is Baron? I've lost him. Oh dear God,
he is on 8. Or was. There he is, his mid.
There we are. I'm so used to Baron being another character. It's like, hang on a minute. He's not there now. He's someone else. What even is spectating? 0. C Point's still not been capped, by the way. Yeah, Jones just reminded me. This is another game of C Point uncappage. Oh. Doom Banner GB confirm arrow strike. What are they cooking? It smells so good. That was wonderful.
Oh, it smells delicious, whatever it is. I definitely want to know how do you cook that? What's the what oven do I need for it? Please tell me. Do I need to get a fire blast for this? Mina's got tier 3 right now. This is you just need a little bit of damage on Blitz, and now he's got more than 50. He's got 51 HP right now. So Longbow would not finish him. Okay, now
GB confirm. May not even need it.
Nope, don't need it. It's going to be GG. But they're going to be able to gank another player now. Who's that? Egg. Egg's rotating in. Couldn't get there in time. So, does he have Jug on right now, though?
Let's have a gander.
From here, it doesn't look like it.
Jug was gone.
There's the tier 3, though. That's the Longbow. It's down, cooling down for a little bit.
I think it did actually strike Toet clean. I think it did actually, so Toet's on the back foot. Can we stop fighting here for 5 seconds so I can freeze some footage of rotations, please? I want to look at the scoreboard. I'm forcing it. Here we are. Here's what's going on in the scoreboard.
It's time to celebrate the cap for C, chat. Let me get some caps in chat. We've got Mina B almost on the tier 4. And that's about the only one we've got. Mina B also on the floor. There is no tier 4, but they are on the floor and they're getting executed for a very long time.
I know that. Lester rotating on in, smooth as yogurt. Milan having to back up a little bit. There is a ledge. Watch the ledge.
It's almost. Oh no!
Robbery. There we go. If that didn't,
yeah.
I was gonna say that would have been twice this broadcast, Goz. That a Shinobi side throw resulted in a throw that didn't happen that really should have. I would have been molding if I was them.
I think that they were almost a little too confident in that throw going because they kept pressing to that direction and they were out of place in order to really bash them off, I think, at that point. So it's good that they got a rotation from Egg to finish that off.
Mina, calm down. These arrow strikes are too good. You managed to arrow strike around the corner, essentially, and clip Egg. Arrow strikes make me happy. Just good, well-placed arrow strikes make me happy. That is all.
Reminds me of the old Scorpionox.
Hello?
There.
He's off in Narnia killing the minions from spawn.
Oh, and gonna pay for it. That's basically free renown for Milan.
I mean, it does keep B, though. Is that worth, I wonder? Ask Freeze?
We'd have to see, like, where... Who was the got him killed? Oh, okay.
Well, ask Freeze afterwards. He'll probably know if that was a right call or not.
Take a look at the renown here in a moment. We'll see how much he actually got from it.
Here's renown.
He didn't loot. No, I don't think that's a big deal. Not for Milan. He's already had his tier 4 at that point.
Through the scoreboard, Mina just pulls out the point-blank gat and turns it sideways. Blitz down to critical HP. You're dead. Good night. Have a nice day.
That 1 GB off the confirm doesn't matter because it's only basically one damage off of the bleed anyway. You're doing that for the actual bleed damage. Damage reduction for the initial hit doesn't matter. That right there is what you do. If somebody's on low HP, you GB for light, GB for bleed, GG.
Nobushi bleed, or bleed in general, is already a very valuable property in high-end 4s, you know, the kind we're seeing here in Into the Fray. But there is the very important element that some people do forget, and that bleed damage doesn't generate revenge, right?
Correct. That's the big thing, is that you get the initial hit. That's basically how much revenge you get off of that. So you get a small amount of actual damage, small amount of actual revenge, and you get a roughly. I have to look at the numbers on the info hub, but it's somewhere around 15 total on bleeding.
Pretty good. Overall,
overall it's a lot.
3 members of Hidden Pool on C, trying to close it down as quick as they can. Baron is low, but Baron does have tier 4. Baron is dead. Unfortunately, Milan different on the deflex. Rest of the teammates, though, will be putting him in a body bag shortly, unless Toet Mind has something to say about it.
So it's definitely got the no, it's not Champions Aura. That's mistaken. It is the Inspire that got popped, and we're going to be allowed.
It's both. It's both.
There. Both are on, but we've got Fikuk with Champions Aura coming in here for his team for Hidden Pools, and that's going to allow to counter any flask that gets thrown because it does cleanse bleed, and Luster's not going to take very much damage from that. So we're going to see Blitz come in here, 2v1 scenario. Gank's good, but it's going to give Venge. Are they going to use or save the Fury? That's the real question here, Verb.
Beware the wrath of a... Oh, hang on a minute. Is there a 1v1 happening? A 2v1 here? I thought something was going on there. There's been a lot of fighting on C. I want to see what's happening around the map at the same time. Because A point has good vision on B. We have a lot of fire flasks available, and it's the same old story on C for a long time. Blitz is doing what they can. Nice parry. Reinforcements are on the way, or they should be soon. Hang on a minute. Toet, what's going on here? Toet wants to go for the solo push against a 1v2? All right, let him cook. Let the German cook. Let's see what he does.
Oh, he got a little bit of extra very close to getting a ledge. He gets a ledge! He does not get a ledge!
Robbery!
But his tier 1 did fire off of both players, so he got the extra damage off of the tier 1. And we're going to see Luster rotate out. Leave Baron for the 1v1. He's got too much Venge on Toad, so...
Even?
He's going to trust his teammate.
Tier 1?
Tier 1.
Watch that tier 4, though. Toet can heal, but it's not going to be a lot. Bruh! The composure from Toa to not panic dodge a potential tier 4, stand his ground and land the heavy. Well played by the Jangjun.
Absolutely. You know, I think them being up there on the stairs may have played a factor there in the timing of the parry. You saw Tote definitely go for it, but it was clearly a little bit late, unfortunately. Now we're seeing the Renown is definitely, we've got 4 tier 4s for Hidden Pools, 2 right now, Milan and Egg for AHK. The others are falling a little bit behind, but AHK is not quite out of this yet. Again, if they can win this with this particular team comp, then they've got their main comp still available. They probably need to focus. If they need to focus, what they need to do is they need to focus on A and B firstly, Bird. I think that's what they need to work on right now.
Yeah, they are trying to do that. Toet is currently blocking Baron from securing the mid. Nova just finished off his teammate, though, so Toet is going to have to farm as quick as they can before C collapses, if it does, which may be actually a non-factor because Blitz and Milan are having some fun.
He dies, he breaks. They are breaking. That's an execution as well. Hidden Pool's down by one player. They've got Afira, Nobu, and Griffin, and Griffin's taking a 2v1 right now in mid. Baron and Mina are coming in, but Baron's going up top. Oh, Mina's stuck at a 1v1 now.
Got a surprise rollout.
Nice roll. You actually have to make sure that you unlock
the flash
and roll
from up top.
direction.
Oh, from off screen. Egg through the flash from all the way up. Bloody there.
Can't dodge them all, Mina. That's unfortunate. Crucial roll on the tier 4 from the gunpowder surprise, though. You have to unlock it. You have to fully dodge roll out of it. There's no way you can just dodge and then dodge roll into lockdown. So good map awareness there. Unfortunately, they were ready for that.
1-1 reads the scoreline.
Happened so quickly at the end, didn't it?
Yeah,
it really did.
Wild.
Yeah, because if you look at the kills right now, like Hidden Pool was killing. Oh,
no, back there, up there.
Very nice. But yeah, Hidden Pool was killing. Just how much more is it? Yeah, but they were out-killing them significantly. Let's put it like that. But points-wise, towards the end, just couldn't keep it up.
It is what it is.
Got a bunch of mid.
Let's
keep up with some of those things. I think that we did see a lot of that. Good rotations.
One moment. Gonna need to put my parody music on because the game decided to go on holiday for a moment. Please hold. While I am rebooting the game, let's have a look at some Clipperoonies, because that sounds fun. What's this first one? We've got nowhere to heal.
No way on. I was supposed to write nowhere, but fair enough. As Chad pointed out so nicely, nothing was capped in. And the first time somebody actually decided, oh, maybe I'm low, I need to get out of here, I can't continue the fight. Both teams do that at the same time. Who's leaving? Somebody's leaving it? Yep. And turning around immediately because, nope, probably getting communicated. Nope, you can't go to it because it's getting capped. And up until this point, I was surprised. Why did nobody even think of going for it? Were the fights on C that close that nobody could spare a single person?
It was pretty neck and neck in a lot of places. Like, C wasn't capped for like 4 minutes, roughly.
Yeah.
There was several. For some reason, I have 7 in my head, but I'm not really sure. I can't remember all that.
Yeah. It's all about, can you take the risk of grabbing A and leaving your team in a outnumbered situation? So, yeah. I don't know what I clipped it. I forgot.
This was worth. Yeah, this was the worth question.
It's, once again, look at the scoreboard. C, they own, but as a fight on it. A, we have, I can't read the name, but somebody's sitting on A, so Baron has nowhere to heal. He can't just run up and kill himself. So what he decides to do, clear minions, generate points. Whether running into Vayne afterwards was the best decision there, I leave that for you to decide. But I mean, he wanted to use the feat there. Was it tier 1? But yeah. It was just a problem of the macro.
Next up, ledging not allowed.
Yep, you guys pointed out so nicely. This ledge is cursed today. It's like the 5th attempt or something today on this one. But yeah, nobody's just fallen off.
Like, we've had people not fall off, we've had people jump off the top and not take any damage and not kill someone at the same time because of lock bug. It's been a jolly spooky time over here on Overwatch right now, in terms of ledges, let me tell you. Next and final clip? Yes, final clip. Quick finish.
I clipped another. Let's see, what did I clip? Quick finish. Yeah, basically what I said when I rejoined you guys. They just killed 3 people really quickly. 1 staying dead when breaking, I think. So that was just such a quick turnaround. I didn't expect it to go that quickly.
All right, I can turn off the special Halloween music because my game's back up and running, and we should have an eye for you very soon. This, occasionally can happen. It is what it is, as the gamers say. 1-1 in the set. This is the first time we're actually going to be seeing a game go the distance, I think. I think it's been 2-0, 3-0 washes this whole time.
Mm-hmm. It really has, and I said earlier before that I definitely could see Hidden Pool taking at least one map off of AHK, but now AHK has their main composition that they get to bring back to the table, and of course you got the mental of that, knowing from Hidden Pool, knowing that they've got the main comp to deal with, and that this is game, set, match for both teams. So you got to wonder what's in both, what's their comms look like, where's their mental.
Is it actually first comp again?
They switched their comp entirely for that second game, so they get to go back to their first comp.
Yeah, but did they switch up the first one?
AHK voluntarily swapped after losing.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. It's just, is it the actual first comp? Because I don't remember. It's actually a question. I'm not questioning you guys. I'm questioning myself here. I think it is, right? This is what they were running before.
Yeah, they definitely had Toad on Afira. That looks about right.
Time to ponder. Thank you for your assistance, Freeze.
You guys are fun.
Thank you. All right. After a small delay, we back in, boys. Final game of the losers finals. Let's go in. H button to remove the old guide. Rotations will be optimal.
Absolutely major and crucial map here. Verb Temple Garden, we know that C is a really big important point here. We're seeing both teams go for C point. They're both confident that they can win against the others. Rotations are going to be absolutely crucial here, and because again you've got AHK on their main composition here, they've got maybe a bit of a, not just a bit of an advantage, maybe a bit of a mental advantage here. We'll see how it works out.
Mental is the one thing that is the best thing and worst thing to speculate on commentary because it's infinite, it's incredibly impactful, however, it's incredibly easy to pin down and you can often get it wrong. But it's an infinite source of talking points, so why not? But we'll look at the physical side of things, which is currently very bloody. For both teams, down to a 2v2, but Auto Hotkey plus German have the worst end of the stick with raw HP values, but they are surviving with a thread of HP, and more importantly, they won their fight in mid. Toad able to clear the mid and go get A.
He is going to get A point, and we are going to see A go on the board for AHK, but Blitz actually getting the kill and getting Bounty Hunter available now. If he was able to take Nova, makes the battery not going for the unblockable. Fika's going to come in here, and now Eggy's in a 2v1 scenario, so unfortunate timing on the rotation for Egg. He's stuck in a 1v2, but here comes Milan. They could maybe still do something here with C point, but they definitely have an HP disadvantage here, Verb.
Valkyrie without feats, not the worst thing in the world, but it's going to be entirely on how they counterplay the hit-confirming opportunities that a Griffin and a Berserker have together. But, between the zone attack and then the bop double confirm lights, that can be pretty raw to deal with, but getting raw parried, that's a universal feature and will result in your demise. And a succinct 2v1 opportunity on C.
Definitely a 2v1 scenario here. I don't think Milan's going to be able... He might be able to get a rotation here from spawn. The question is whether or not they're going to try to do that or if they're going to concede C point. They're just going to focus on mid and A. They are going to keep stalling C point. Okay, they're going to get B. They've got A, and they're going to keep stalling on C point. They did have two people here, I think, a moment ago. But one of them decided not to stick
Where is
around.
everyone? White cam. So we've got two people rotating in. We've got a fight in mid. No one on A. And I think Milan just respawned.
Milan is decided to come on over here to C point. They're making the call that this is winnable. I don't know if I would go that if I would agree, but they did have Doom Banner available and it is out right now, so it is potential, but it's going to be a bit of an uphill battle here because they're already lost one player and Egg is on his last leg.
Egg could only last for so long in that predicament, even with a Doom Banner providing some measure of solace. Milan's going to be on their own. Fortunately, Toet was able to rotate in from the mid, so that's going to be useful. Where are everyone else? Blitz is coming in fast. Baron's going to take a little while, though, to get here.
This is going to be their point now, Verb. Like, after they were able to get that health advantage, Griffin was going to go to mid, and I was going to say that's what they need to be doing, but Tote came in and stopped them from being able to go out that direction, and they got stuck on the team fight, and that's why we're seeing the HP get chipped away more and more, and AHK coming out on top of this. And they're running away with this, Verb. Like, again, the defeat and the kit advantage that they have right now, they've still got a Fira on the board, whereas, you've got Nobu, you've got Griffin, and Luster and Baron are not able to run their main composition, so we're not seeing as much synergy, I think, right now as we would before.
Agreed. This kind of scenario, getting potentially knocked back, things can get a little bit topsy-turvy. You mentioned running away. Yeah, 847 total points to 123 with no potential generation. Where are we going with the camera right now? Like, there's something developing in the mid. C-Point just got almost donated. That would have been very, very bad, but fortunately, Toet Mind's able to get back there just in time. And there's still a fight on B, by the way.
I think it was kind of a gutsy move to try and go for C. You definitely want to try and primarily you want to focus on the mid lane, but as we've said before, like Hidden Pool likes to go with unexpected rotations, and that certainly would not be expected in this scenario. You typically would have everybody go to mid, try and break mid. But speaking of breaking, we're really close to breaking, and just one. Oh, they broke mid. So okay, they are out of the woods for a moment. For the moment, they are out of the woods, Verb.
Little bit of a last-second reprieve. That is good, but they're going to be on the edge for a while. Let's feet check, renown check while we got the opportunity, because this match is going to get real pacey very quick. Baron, unfortunately, on the bad end of things, only has a tier 1. That's still a mighty tier 1, but a tier 1 nonetheless, so is told to go up for the 1v1 and try and secure A for the team. Or, I guess in this case, it's more appropriate to say, Goz, that there is to take it away from Auto Hotkey plus German.
They're definitely having a lot of confidence in Baron. Baron's always been taking the 1v1s for his team. And I'm telling, like, they're always going up for the 1v1s. You've got...
Still going. I wanted to try and keep an eye on both fights at the same time where possible. Blitz, however, one more GB kills here. But he's low on stamina. Gotta watch that. Cease attacks! No! He gets the zone!
He does, and that's gonna be Baron down for the count. And they're down, and then we got Griffin as well. They're over in mid, I think.
Hang on, who did? Baron is actually down and out, but not executed, so he is resable. Mina is here. Oh, the revenge pop to deny the arrow. Oh, that's a gutting little moment.
Unfortunate. Then Mina just stalling hardcore, throwing him up against the wall, trying to get max value out of the stall, trying to keep him off the point here. But it's not going to be enough. There's not enough people here. There's not really much that they could have done. AHK has woken up. This is Into the Fray.
I'm fairly sure that's a beheading, but yeah, that's also Into the Fray. 2-1. Auto Hotkey plus German.
I think it was really impressive from Auto Hotkey there. They switched up strategy mid-game, adapted to something at the beginning. I'm going to elaborate in a second. But this was really well done, not just mechanically, but also on a strategy level. It was